And we have 4 topics today. And I made 4 breakout rooms. So you can, and I tentatively assigned the first topic to the first breakout group, second topic. And the first topic is, do you plan to install software apps now available to detect or trace infection? I don't know whether you have installed or not, or you are in the process of installing or not, but that's the question. And the second question, which is for the breakout room 2, is if the second wave emerges in Japan, would you restrict your behavior as in the last time or not? So that's the second question. And the third topic, which I assigned to the group breakout group 3, which is, are you thinking of the possibility and or planning to move out of the city to live in the local area? Because I think the cities may not be as fashionable and as interesting, exciting because of this whole concentration. And I think because we are able to use technology, we are able to live anywhere in any place. And so the question is, are you planning or are you thinking about doing it? And the fourth topic is very much related to my trip to Canada. But if it becomes possible, do you travel overseas this year? We're not talking about right now, but if it becomes possible, would you go overseas or not? So that's the fourth topic. And is that when I open the breakout rooms, all you see is the other members of your breakout group. And excuse me. Then quickly introduce yourself and then decide who is going to lead the discussion and also who is going to report what you have discussed when we come back. These questions are something that you may be sort of discussing at the office or with friends because it's not something that's totally different. So if you can just casually discuss, and I want everyone to say something when we are doing the breakout. And preferably about 9 o'clock, we'll come back and I'll ask four groups to report back what you have discussed. And then we'll have a general discussion with everybody. And during that general discussion, I want every single one of you to say something. Don't be quiet. Are we ready? Okay, I will open up all the groups. Okay, I think everybody is back. Let's just ask each team to tell us what you discussed. Any takeaways? Breakout room number 1, can you start?
Okay, I will make a speech. So our discussion topic is that do you install the application to detect infectious people or something like that? And firstly, we talked if we install application or not. And our team has 3 people and only one person has installed that application. Only one person installed application, and the others haven't installed the application. So we don't know about application a lot.
Right.
So So we don't think that the government try to make a speech about the application a lot. So just only information, and we don't know about that. And secondly, we are a little bit worried about the security. Thirdly, so even though the application is installed in the software cell phone, if we don't hold the cell phone all the time, it doesn't work. So in our team, so only one person has installed the application in only company cell phone. So if she leaves the company cell phone at home and she go outside with the private phone, then it doesn't work. So because of 3 reasons, now maybe government need to be more enthusiastic to promote application if they are really serious.
I see.
Yeah.
Unless there are many, the number increased, it's at no actual point to get to install this to track.
I see. So it seems like, some of you are showing your phone. So that means that you have it.
I have Singapore version.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So one
I see.
One in Singapore work?
Actually, so I have contacted 483 people today. Yeah, so it's but actually in Singapore, it's only 30% installation rate. Yeah, and because there is more concern for the personal information security. But let me correct, because this is using Bluetooth, and it is not using GPS.
Yeah.
So it doesn't track your location. That is misunderstanding, and I think because of lack of the government promotion. Yeah, and my belief is even if the installation rate is low, we can utilize the information from these apps. And so this is a kind of cooperation scheme to protect each other for me. So even in Singapore, it is not mandatory to install. But because I want to cooperate with government that to provide my information, and if there is risk, they can use that information to prevent that risk to spread from spreading. So yes, so I think there's need.
I see. Okay, the second group. What was the other topic?
Hi. Our group's topics was if the second wave emerges, would you restrict your behavior?
Right.
And first of all, our team's conclusion was yes, we will restrict again. And as a background, all of our groups' jobs are basically a kind of office worker or something. So all of us worked from home during the emergency declaration, and actually we are still partially working from home even now. And so we agreed that we would restrict ourselves again if the second wave will come. And after that, we discussed kind of good points and bad points of the working from home. And we found that, for example, as a positive aspect, we could save our commuting time, or we could find a time for do exercise or do cooks That were the good points. On the other hand, we had difficulty in some aspects. For example, we couldn't meet our parents or our families living far away, and also and that was difficult point we found. But overall, our group agreed that we will restrict ourselves again. But we were kind of lucky because we could work from home. So we discussed people who couldn't restrict themselves, as for example, essential workers or people working in the industry like restaurants or hotels or manufacturing companies. For essential workers, we are very sorry, but we need to ask them to work again. So kind of very good support from the government shall be given to that kind of people. And for like industry like restaurants or hotels, as we believe that there will be not enough compensation from the government for restricting themselves. So we think that they can't do a complete restriction again. So they should doing their business. But on the other hand, they need to find new way to continue their business. For example, for example, a restaurant industry, they can operate physical in the store, but on the other hand, they can do a delivery or something, so that to decrease the risk of infection. And for us, as a prospective consumer, we should cooperate with that kind of